Hi, it's Caitlin from Caitlin Swatches, and I'm here with more Halloween nail polishes. I think I've actually had these polishes in my possession for almost 2 months, so it's been really hard for me to wait to share with you, but the time has come. It's happening. I'm really excited. So I've got the new Polished for Days Once Upon a Nightmare collection. It's inspired by Disney villains, and all these polishes are just incredible. I love the theme. I love Disney villains. They're all great choices. And these polishes will be available for purchase on October 7th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And all of your favorite shops that carry Polished for Days will also have these in stock. I'll link the Polished for Days website down below. And I think we should just get into the swatches. So first up, I am showing you the new Soft Focus base coat in the color Fog. So this is a limited edition fog gray soft focus base coat, and it's perfect for darker colors or to transform sheer colors into something new. So these are actual base coats. It's not a polish, but you can wear it without any other base coat underneath it. And if you want, you can build it up as I'm going to show you, or you can use it as your base coat to conceal your visible nail line. So I showed it to you in one coat, and you get a good sense of how it covers. And it is sort of on the stickier side, I find, so it's a really good base coat to protect your nail from any polishes that might stain as well. But here I am showing you the polish in two coats if you wanted to build it up. And I'm also going to top coat it with Crystalline, which is Polished for Days 7 free quick drying top coat, just to show you how this would look if you did want to wear it as its own polish. And because it's also a base coat all in one, you wouldn't need to wear a base coat, so it's like a quick manicure if you wanted. So here it is in two coats plus Crystalline top coat, and it's a really nice shade of gray. So moving on to the collection, I'm so excited. So this is actually, the collection's a continuation of the Once Upon a Dream collection, but the haunted version. And so I'm starting off with Most Everyone's Mad here. And this one is obviously inspired by the Cheshire Cat, and it's described as a bright pink Crelly base with pink to yellow to green shifting iridescent flakes and black matte flakes. So this one built up really nicely for me in two coats. I always go in thicker on my middle finger, so I just wanted to go and add a little bit more polish to my index finger, but you should be able to get it opaque in two coats or three if you apply really thin coats like I do. And I'm topping it with the Crystalline top coat, which dries really nicely and stays very glossy. So here it is in 2/3 coats plus top coat. And as you can see, those iridescent flakes are very fiery, and it just definitely evokes the Cheshire Cat. So I also wanted to show how Most Everyone's Mad here looks over the Soft Focus Fog base coat. Just kind of testing it out to see what combinations would work. And I did really like it. It sort of changed the base color a little bit. Obviously, you're putting a pink over a gray, so it's going to affect the color. But I thought it stayed relatively true to the essence of the polish, and it looks really nice for those who want to cover their visible nail line. So the next polish in the collection is Poor Unfortunate Souls, and this one is obviously inspired by Ursula from The Little Mermaid, who is an amazing villain, one of my favorites. This one is a pale teal base with a strong purple pink shifting iridescent shimmer and silver holographic flakes. So this one builds up beautifully in just two coats. It was fully opaque for me in two coats. I couldn't see my nail line at all. And as you can already see, the shimmer is super strong and the hollow flakes are very rainbowy, and it's just really beautiful. So again, I'm top coating this with the Polished for Days Crystalline top coat, and I just can't wait for you to see how shifty this one is, and I think I was actually even able to capture it in the sun. So the purple really stands out, but you definitely get the pink at more extreme angles. And in the sun, it's just so beautiful because those hollow flakes are very rainbowy. And here it is sort of backlit, and it's just so incredibly shifty. Next up, we have Magic Mirror, and this one is a deep purple base with orange to yellow to green shifting, large particle shimmer, and a sprinkle of bronze reflective glitter. So this is inspired by the Evil Queen from Snow White, and this also perfectly captures her. I love Snow White. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. And this one is incredibly opaque. It has a really good formula. It builds up beautifully in 2 coats. Polished for Days has one of the best reflective glitter formulas along with Bee's Knees lacquer. So I am a huge fan of how nicely this applies, and these reflective glitters are absolutely perfect. You can already see just how sparkly and reflective they are. So here it is in the sun. You can see those bronzy glitters just work perfectly against the purple base. And here it is under my swatching lights, and hopefully you can catch the shifts because this one is loaded with shifts. And yeah, I just had a ton of fun showing this off, and I'm definitely going to be wearing this very soon. The next polish we have is called Memo to Me, and this is inspired by Hades from Hercules. This one is a deep teal base with blue to teal to violet shifting shimmer and scattered black matte flakes. So already I'm clearly obsessed with this one. It applies so beautifully, and it's very loaded with flakes, as you are going to see. The black flakes as well accent this polish so perfectly. Honestly, this polish is like, you wouldn't have need to tell me that this was inspired by Hades because I already could tell. I'm just so impressed by how much these nail polishes look like their inspiration. So this one to me built up perfectly in 2 coats. You definitely want glossy top coat to bring back the shine. I'm using Crystalline, and it provides a really nice glossy finish. And I can't wait to show this one off when I move my hands around because it's very luminous. It's very, I don't know how to describe it. It's just so unique. I think it's the iridescent flakes. They just, yeah, they're incredible. So here it is in 2 coats plus top coat. Now we're moving on to another villain from Alice in Wonderland. This one is called Painting the Roses Red, and as you can imagine, it's inspired by the Queen of Hearts. So this one is a bright red jelly base with glowing gold iridescent flakes and black matte flakes. So this one applies like a dream. It has a wonderful formula, and I just built it up in 2 coats and was able to achieve full opacity. As you can probably already see, all of the elements in this polish come together so nicely. I really love the gold iridescent flakes in this one, and obviously the black matte flakes are just perfect for the inspiration. So here it is in 2 coats plus Crystalline top coat, and as you can see, these flakes really do glow. As the description says, I am in love with this polish. If you love reds and you want like a different twist on a red, then I highly recommend this polish. Now we are moving on to I Had Wings Once, which is inspired by Maleficent, and yet again, completely spot on with the inspiration. So this one is described as a cool toned purple base with green to blue shifting iridescent shimmer and black matte flakes. So this one has a fantastic formula. I did build this one up in 3 coats. I just went in with very thin coats for whatever reason, and so I thought it looked best building it up in 3 coats. As you can see, those iridescent flakes are ridiculously luminous. They stand out so perfectly against the purple base and the black matte flakes. As you already know, I'm a huge fan of those, and they work so well here. So this is it in 3 coats plus Crystalline top coat. You definitely want the top coat because it has a tiny bit of texture, but this will not be difficult to remove whatsoever. And as you can see, the flakes are practically glowing off my nail. I'm completely obsessed with this particular type of flake. I want it in everything, and it looks good in indirect lighting and in the sun. As you can see, it just looks good always. And here we have Friends on the other side, and this one is inspired by Dr. Facilier, which is from The Princess and the Frog. And this one, again, captures him so well. It's a deep maroon base with pink to yellow and purple to violet iridescent flakes and silver holographic flakes. So this one has a very jelly, squishy formula. It builds up really beautifully in 2 coats. It went on super sheer in the first coat, but then like, bam, put on the second coat and it was just like fully opaque. This one kind of reminds me of a really deep, juicy jam or jelly. Anyway, it's making me hungry. And here it is in 2 coats plus crystalline top coat, once again, to bring back the shine. The flakes in here are super luminous as well. And obviously it looks great in the sun with those holographic flakes. And then you really catch the shimmer and the shift of the other flakes in there when you're sort of out of direct lighting, as you can see here. So it's obviously super hard for me to pick a favorite, but there's definitely a clear favorite, and that is I Had Wings Once. That polish is so beautiful. The flakes are so intense and glowy, and it just looks incredible, especially when it's out of direct light. You know I love black flakes, and you know I love purple, so that polish is literally perfection to me. And I also super love Magic Mirror. I think it's so beautiful, and the bronze reflective glitter just work perfectly. Polish for Days knows how to make reflective glitters work really, really well, and this one has just such a good formula, and it's so shimmery and pretty. So let me know in the comments if you have any favorites or if you're planning to pick up the entire collection. I mean, they're all beautiful, so I don't blame you if you buy all of them. And if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Have a great day. Bye!